Welcome back to Thoughts, design and conversational related show. We're here for Wave 2. I'm Thomas. I'm accompanied by my good friend.
Hello, I'm Michael. Big Mike. We're back. Tom, Thoughts has been amazing.
Yeah, I think Wave 1 did pretty well. We got a lot of good feedback from some friends, and I think we're feeling good about Wave 2.
Yeah, people like it. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. I think episode 1 was really well received. Like, it seemed like people enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, for us starting 300 views is nothing to scoff at. Like,
No.
Wait, did I say the wrong thing? I was impressed that we got 300 people to listen.
Yeah.
Or even 300 clicks.
Yeah.
Even if 10 of them were from us refreshing it every 5 minutes.
I think, I know that I definitely, like, as soon as you uploaded them, Michael edits and uploads the episodes, and I just kind of talk on them. I went through and I listened to them.
Oh, yeah. This really is, like, this is our child. I'm very proud. Obviously, we're going to get in. I mean, you're still in school.
Yeah.
So, I'm still job searching. Well, actually, I do have some fun life updates.
Yes.
Maybe we can get back into that. So, this being episode 5, we're going to focus on routine as the topic. This is going to be episode 5. So, this is the first of Wave 2, like Tom said. And I think in the beginning of this episode, let's just address some of the things. So obviously we got some great feedback from everyone. Someone even complimented my voice.
Yes.
I like that.
A lot of my friends who listen to the podcast were like, yo, who's this Michael guy? He's got a nice voice.
I really appreciate that. And I think what we like is that we get off topic. So strap in for the beginning of every episode. The first 5 minutes, me and Tom are just going to kind of ramble to get ourselves started.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a good warm-up. It gets us
right.
acclimated to what we're going to be doing.
This also being the first episode, I'm going to get winded again.
I'm looking forward to it, though. It's been more than a month since last recording. Right?
I believe we recorded, for the Inside Scoop, I believe we recorded like August 10th. We recorded the first 4 episodes over 2 days.
And it is now October.
The date of recording
11th?
is what? October
11th.
Yeah. So almost 2 months.
It's been a while.
We haven't seen each other.
Yeah. Michael actually came up to my college, which we won't talk about where I go to college right now. It doesn't really matter, but just
I drove a good distance to get here.
Yeah, you drove a few
all
hours.
Worth it. And we celebrated Thoughts.
Yes,
last night.
Yeah.
A little bit. I got to meet some of the characters that I've only heard stories about.
Yeah, all of them have listened to the podcast too. So they imagined you very differently than how you are.
I always that's so interesting, because like one of my favorite podcasts, like it's called Knockback. I think I mentioned it on the show in like episode 2 or 3, but I had pictured one of the characters totally different, and then like it almost breaks immersion, like
when you actually know what they look like.
Yeah. So I appreciate everyone probably thinking that I'm taller than I am and everything like that. So that's great.
But yeah, I think we had a lot of fun last night. You got to meet a lot of my roommates, a lot of friends.
Yeah. So the changes from now on, we will no longer be cursing.
Yes.
And if we do, we'll bleep it out. Sorry, still trying to get the hang of editing everything. So there may be some lost curses in earlier episodes, but now we are clean. We are immaculate.
Immaculate. That's a good word.
Thank you. I have a big vocabulary for someone who can't spell.
I appreciate it. But yeah, we decided that we're still gonna be ourselves, but we don't really need to curse.
Yeah. There's a lot of words. Let's use them.
There's a lot of words, yeah. But yeah, today we're gonna be talking about just our routines, our everyday routines.
Yeah, I think the cool design element is how routine dictates a lot of the products we use, when we use them, how we use them.
Yeah.
So why don't we just start when we say routine? And in the comments, let us know what your routines are.
Yeah.
But Tom, when you get up, give me your morning routine.
I'm a simple man. I wake up usually pretty early. I like to get stuff done in the morning. I'll try and get up between like 8 and 9. Slept in a little today, but we stayed up late last night.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I do, I cannot start my day without a shower. I can't wake up until I shower.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up, grab a shower, and I grab a cup of coffee, which I know you do the same thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we love coffee. The coffee episode will come.
Yeah.
Someday.
I love coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a Keurig downstairs, so I just make coffee down there, and then if it's a weekend, if I don't have class, I'll come back up here, turn on the computer, put on some Myron. Shout out to Myron.
Oh yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah, so that's one of the. I think we talk about. We may have mentioned Myron previously. However, this is a great opportunity. I will post it on either our Twitter or link it in this video or every video. I actually made a Thoughts Anthems playlist.
Yes.
So, me and Tom are huge music lovers. So, it's a collection of 10 songs that kind of, when me and Tom first met and first recorded the first wave, these are songs that...
Some hype songs.
Yeah, some hype songs. These are our anthems. A lot of them being Myron. He just came out with a new album, too.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's Magic Guitar.
Yes.
Or is it Guitar Magic?
I think it's Guitar Magic.
Yeah.
Don't quote me.
Every song is so good.
So good.
But if we look at your morning, one of the things that I think designers do, right? So let's break this down, right? You said you get a shower.
Yeah.
You get coffee, much like I do. But you get a shower, right?
Yeah.
What are the products you're using during that shower, right? Like, let's really break down this step here. So obviously, are you someone who uses conditioner?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so those are, now you have 3 products, right? You have your shampoo, your conditioner, and your body wash.
Yep.
And that can even, like, the routine of, like, the order in which you use those. You could break it down to if you blow dry your hair or not. Like, that's another product that you have to have that fits that routine. One of the cool things is when you really look at something like that, like how people similarly do things in steps, right? Like, first I shampoo. I never, mix the two. Like, I always do my hair first, or I always do my body wash first, right? You can start to pinpoint strengths and weaknesses, or like a faster way to do something, a more efficient way to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at a company like OXO, who makes kitchen tools, and actually they make a lot of stuff, but I think that's where you start to notice people really trying to dig into like very minute things. Like, sometimes they have products. One of my favorite products, I'm ashamed to say, is an avocado slicer.
An avocado
So it's a 3-in-1,
slicer.
right? It has a knife on one end, and then it has, like, I think you've seen it.
You showed me. You showed
right.
it to me.
So that product helps streamline the process of cutting and then serving an avocado, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that you look at the routine, right? There's 3 things you do when you have an avocado. And if you really break down how people do things in, like, their routine, you can find, like, an opportunity to design a product for it. Or, so...
That was an excellent segue into today's topic. Just
Yeah.
talking about our daily routines.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought it was going to get into. So.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a great point. Like, when you first said, like, it's a 3-in-1 tool for an avocado, I'm like, that sounds really dumb. But then, like, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Right. Someone identified the 3 things you do with an avocado and turned it into one product.
It streamlines the what's the word I'm looking for?
It streamlines the process. Streamlines the process, and then you only get one tool dirty.
Yeah.
On the contrary, though, it is a one-fer, so it's a, you have you have like a dedicated tool in your cupboard that you can only use for one thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like bear claws. Have you ever seen those?
I don't think I have.
So think like you put your 4 fingers in it and they have knives on the end, and you use it to like shred meat. You want to optimize kitchen space. Yeah. At least the kitchen really is a place for routine and breaking down the way people do things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, there's, you look at companies like OXO, you look at companies like, well, I think I think that actually OXO is a good place to pinpoint, like OXO, KitchenAid.
Yeah.
Because they are creating products specifically looking into like those routine aspects.
Yeah.
OXO actually started with, this is an interesting story. I don't know if you know this. Again, this is what I learned in school, so if I have a little detail wrong, please don't kill me in the comments. So OXO started with the potato peeler. I believe that the person who designed it was designing it for his wife that had arthritis. So it had ribbed on the side for grip.
Right.
I'm trying to remember this correctly, but they found out that so it was a silicone handle that had this ribbing on it so that she could hold it easier, because she I don't know if Parkinson's was involved, but
I couldn't say. I'm not sure. I don't know the story.
But either way, arthritis, right? A handle that's easier to grip. But they found that it's easier to grip for someone with arthritis, but it's also easier to grip in general.
Yeah.
So they kind of based the whole product line and company off of this handle type and ergonomics.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to think that this whole huge company that, OXO is also one of those products or one of those companies that make products that you probably don't even, everyone has an OXO product.
Yeah. But you don't really think about it.
Right. When things are designed so well that you don't have to think about them.
Yeah. That's an interesting topic with ergonomics and kinesiology, that kind of.
Yeah. It all comes.
That's a whole different field of designing for the human body and streamlining for the human body. It's I had a class on ergonomics and kinesiology, and it was one of my favorite classes I've taken so far. It's really interesting. Here's a product, make it better, make it more streamlined, more efficient for human use. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And sometimes the way you find those, I'll call them areas of opportunity or problem areas, you analyze the way people use things, aka routine.
Bringing it full circle.
Yeah. Well, that's I like when we do broader topics that can lead us down things. So I guess I'll get into my morning.
Yeah, I shared mine. Go for it.
Same way. I have to get a shower.
Yeah.
Every morning. I don't necessarily understand people who can't get a shower every morning. To me, that makes my brain itch.
I feel kind of grimy in the no matter what I do, if I shower.
Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm dirtier than most people.
if I showered the night before and I get up in the morning, I am still my hands are sweaty. I'm not ready for my day.
We're also sweaty boys.
We're a couple of sweaty boys. Yeah, I think we've talked about that. Mm-hmm. But continue. Sorry.
No, I mean, coffee is definitely one of my. It really depends when I get up.
Mm-hmm.
I go to a specific coffee shop.
Yes.
I would love to talk about them on the show. I think at some point when we get big enough, again, I'd love to get sponsors for the show. Mm-hmm. Talk about products that I personally enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
So it's not some bluff.
I mean, we can have an episode later on where we talk about that coffee shop.
Company X too.
And Company X, maybe. Calling back to episode 1.
Yeah. No, but so again, I use a hairdryer.
Yes.
I use my hair clay that I don't have right now. I have to go get it from Ulta. Yeah. Welcome to my life.
I've never used hair clay or hair gel or anything. I just kind of let it do its own thing.
Yeah, I have thicker hair. Well, you do too.
I got some thick hair, yeah.
So
I don't know. I find that it makes my hands all gross, and it doesn't really do much for my hair. My hair fights back.
My hair fights back. Do you see it right now?
I see it right now, yeah.
It's hey, dude, I'm doing whatever I want.
It's a Friday. It's not working.
Yeah. No, it's not. But I think...
Well, we talking about our routine. We can talk about, when we worked at Company X.
Yeah, so you get into work routine. That's okay. Again, getting up, you set your alarm, phone clock, phone alarm, whatever. No one's using a
An alarm clock.
No one's using an alarm clock right now, sadly. But that's a product designed for routine.
Yeah.
A product designed to create routine, to make sure you're timed.
Let's talk about cell phones for a second, because that streamlines most activities in your life. You don't need an alarm clock. You don't need a landline. You don't need a computer. It's all right there in the palm of your hand. It's an incredible invention.
Yeah, especially with like Google Assistant.
Yeah.
Or Siri.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get up, I say, "Good morning, Google," and I really hope nothing just went off. But I'm sorry to everyone whose Google Home just decided to talk to them because I said something in the podcast. But yeah, it tells me the weather.
Mm-hmm.
It tells me what I have on my calendar. That's all integrated. Like, one of my favorite podcasts starts then.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It's like that routine, and you can set up routines, right? Like, you can even have your lights turn on and off.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's get into lighting.
Get into lighting. You love lighting. That's your subject.
You look at the routine for specifically like house lighting, right? Or indoor lighting, where in the morning you have a different light temperature than when you go to sleep, right? When you go to sleep, you have this more like amber,
yeah,
warmer light. When you have a little harsher light, in the afternoon. Well, if you're in like an office setting, you're kind of always have harsh light, sadly.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, which really creates stress. Like, it puts a lot of stress. Yeah. Well, yeah, but like, it's all about how you create an environment, right? If someone's working all day and they're under super harsh light, like, you even get that buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't create an environment that you want to stay in and you want to work in, right?
Yeah.
You need something that adapts to your routine. You really do.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with like trying to maximize all of that because like even my lights turn off at like 2 a.m.
You set them to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, actually they just dim until they turn off, which is really cool.
That is nice. Yeah. But yeah, lighting is an interesting subject because there are certain like you were saying, there's certain lights that are a little harsher, and like if there's that kind of light in your room when you're trying to sleep, you won't get a good sleep. Like, they say that like looking at your phone screen before bed is kind of awful for your sleep.
Yeah.
It's the blue light, right?
Well, white light, right?
It's blue or white, I can't remember. But like the more like dulcet, darker tones of like reds are better before you go to bed. It's something to do with like just human nature from when we were cavemen. Like when the lights get dimmer, we're like, oh, it's time to sleep. You know what I mean?
Huh.
I read an article on that somewhere.
Yeah, and like I have the night light setting on my phone, right? So like when it hits, I think 8 p.m., the whites go to like more of an orange.
Yeah. Because it's not, your brain is more stimulated by that really intense white light, and it'll keep you up, and you won't get as good a sleep.
I think I'm just stimulated all the time. Let's design a routine to keep Michael stimming all day.
Oh man. But yeah, cell phones, back to that. Fantastic product. Smartphones are absolutely fascinating.
Yeah. Well, I think when you talk about routine, like, cell phones run our life.
Yeah.
You know?
These days they do.
Technology runs our life. That is our routine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially for people like us. I mean, I'm on the Adobe suite every day.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's InDesign, Photoshop, Illustrator.
Fantastic products, by the way.
Yeah, especially at what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of working. I'm helping out at a school. I am getting paid slightly.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I got a stipend.
Okay.
So like I'm doing 1 week of work, and then it's an unpaid internship then.
Yeah. It's a cool job though, right?
Yeah, no, I love it. I really do. So, they have a lot of tech. It's an innovation lab or a STEM lab. They have a lot of tech. Like, they have some 3D printers, laser cutters, all this, but they don't necessarily know how to work any of that. And being teachers, very, very educated, very smart.
Mm-hmm.
My boss is great. She's very cool. Hi, boss.
You took a bit of a gap there. My boss is. You thought for a second.
I thought for a second. I want to keep this as professional as possible.
Ah.
Also because she might listen.
She might.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike's boss.
Yeah. Hello. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm helping them set up their tech, set up the 3D printer, set up the laser cutter, which has been fun. But again, I use the Adobe Suite all the time. Oh my god, I love. Like, I just get to go there and mess around with a laser cutter and 3D printers all day, and like,
which is super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both are. I have a 3D printer sitting right next to me. I still have to set it up, but like, I am fascinated with like 3D printing. Yeah. And just the power behind that kind of technology. It's so cool. It's
so weird, like, people who know what it is but don't understand it and think it's like a godsend.
Yeah.
So like 3D printing isn't going to change the future. It's going to change the way we like show off products to clients and like, you know.
It's perfect for like rapid prototyping.
Right.
You model it up and you can bust it out right there.
We're not at the point where like, I think everyone was like, everyone's going to have a 3D printer in their house. They're going to start 3D printing all their products and all their tools, and you'll never have to buy anything else, right?
That's not
like that. No. Yeah, have fun with your ABS wrench that snaps under like the slightest bit of pressure.
It's perfect for like, for what I do for costume stuff. Mm-hmm. I know so many people that use their printers to print like props. They print out section by section of a 3D model, and then they'll assemble it after printing. And like that stuff can turn out just absolutely gorgeous if the models are good and if your printer is nice. Like it can do some good work.
Well, that takes like real craftsmanship to like finish with Bondo and you know, all of that stuff, whether you're weathering it like we talked in episodes before.
Yes.
By the way, your new cosplay, like you're my cool friend who like when I'm, you know, I was at the bar the other night and I'm like, yeah, you know, I do this podcast. I do it with my friend Tom. He's, you know, he does prop design, or, you know, he does cosplay. And they're like, oh, that's cool. And then I show them, they're like, oh, like this guy is serious.
That's awesome. That makes me feel really good.
Yeah, you should. It's awesome. I mean, check out Tom's Instagram. It's linked in the description. Amazing work.
I would appreciate it. The last one was the Destiny costume. It's a Titan from Destiny 1. I had a friend of mine actually gave me the chess piece and a few other random pieces, and he was moving to Florida and he just didn't want to take it with him. So he's like, hey, if you can finish this, you know, take it off my hands, finish it. And I said, hell yeah. So I took it, I added a bunch of details, finished the rest of the armor, painted it up, and I'm really proud of how it looks. It's one of my favorites.
It should be.
Yeah.
I love the image that you have of like your arm out.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. You look just like the character.
I'm very proud of it. I need a helmet though. Didn't get time to finish helmet before the convention.
Yeah. I think the costume speaks for itself without a helmet.
I appreciate that.
You know what? I would love to work on a cosplay with you. Like if you want to integrate like Arduino LEDs and stuff like that. Love to program and help you out with that. So at some point,
do a joint project.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be fun. That'd be really fun.
Let us know what cosplay you want me or Tom to do in the comments below.
Yeah, we should actually, you know what? We should talk about that more. We're going to do a Halloween special episode coming up.
Yeah.
We'll talk about more about costumes then.
Sure. We'll do that then.
Really excited for that episode. But yeah, today's routine. Anything else to say on routine?
Yeah, there's a lot to say on routine, Tom. So back to routine. I think really cooking, like when you talk, we started to get into it, but cooking is really where a lot of like routine products get made. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know. Have you ever seen how I make pasta?
I've never seen you cook, so no, I have not.
Wait, you've never seen me cook?
No.
I love cooking. Oh, Tommy, my boy.
I also love cooking, but I'll let you share your stories first.
Yeah, so at least I'm a big fan of Bon Appetit,
Bon appetit.
the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Great cooking videos. I also get the magazine. Brad Leone, he's a cool guy.
Don't know him.
We should watch It's Alive. It's so good.
Okay.
But the way that I make pasta, right? So this is here we go down a rabbit hole. Always look at the box. It will tell you how long you're supposed to have the noodles in the, how long you're supposed to leave them in the boiling water, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people test them, whatever. You should really try to stick to the amount of time. Every box is going to be different. It's usually somewhere between like 7 and 13 minutes, depending on what you have. I always put salt in the water, like heavily salt the water while it's reaching a boil.
Because then your noodles don't taste like bland.
Right.
Noodles.
Yeah. And then when you have salted that water, save like half a cup. Save half a cup. Don't drain all of it. You save a little bit of that starchy water. And then while you're boiling the noodles, get a saucepan. Get a big saucepan that you can dump a whole box of pasta into. Put a little olive oil, a little butter, I don't know, a little mayonnaise, whatever you want to work in it. It's good. Try it. Mayo and like, I call it sprinkly cheese.
Sprinkly cheese.
I think it's just like Kraft Parmesan cheese that's like so preservative heavy. You don't always shred or grate your cheese yourself. Don't buy pre-shredded cheese.
Because it's cellulose.
Well, yeah.
There is cheese in there, but to keep it...
even
in crumblies, they cover it in a cellulose.
Yeah. So you do that. So get all that stuff going, warming. Careful not to burn the butter or burn the olive oil. This is just what I do. This is how I lived my senior year of college, okay? Making this pasta. And we're breaking down this routine right now.
Hi, welcome to Cooking with Michael.
Hey, welcome to Cooking with Big Mike. Today's episode, skillet. You get a skillet.
Let me, can I talk about...
Yo, yeah, go.
Okay. I also enjoy it. Okay, real quick. If there's any, like, background noise, like walking and stuff, I have, like, 3 roommates, and they're just coming back from class, so I do apologize for that. I also have a favorite dish I like to cook. I can't cook pasta. I'm pretty terrible at it, so you might have to show me that sometime.
I would love to show you to cook.
We can do that sometime. Next time you come up. Or next time I come down. I love cooking pork. Pork is like my favorite meat to cook with. It's super easy, and it's so good. I usually season it with a little... Well, first I take it out of the package, clean it up, wash it. And then I season it with a little paprika, a little chili powder, oregano, a little garlic powder, and fry that up in a skillet. It is easy, it's delicious, and it's my favorite. That's my favorite dish to cook. Hi, welcome to Cooking with Thomas.
I love pork as well.
Yeah.
Pork, if I could only have one meat, it's pork.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you chicken lovers. For me, it's pork. Either, whether it's in ramen or, oh my God. Can we talk about ramen?
We can talk about ramen.
Oh, yeah.
There's a ramen shop in Philly. Was it At Ramen?
The ones that we have gone to are At Ramen and Terakawa. Terakawa's in Chinatown in Philly.
Yeah.
And At Ramen,
it's in
oh yeah, you can look it up. I think it's in Manayunk. No, I know it's in Manayunk.
Both are phenomenal.
We love those.
Yeah.
We love those 2 places.
Ramen is like is one of those foods. It's a feel good kind of food. Like you eat it, you get all warm and happy inside.
It's an experience. Tom, this actually perfectly ties into routine, because when eating ramen, it's really like I always eat a little bit of the pork like right away. And then if you let it sit there and like culminate with all the other broth, the flavors, right? ramen is one of those dishes where as you eat it, the flavor profile and like the taste changes. Like the experience is the way you can only eat ramen in the way they have designed. Well, I mean, yeah, it soaks up the broth.
Yeah.
Duh. But also, like, there's different aspects, right? Everyone can eat ramen differently.
Yeah.
Or you can not use chopsticks and be a true foreigner.
And use a fork.
Yeah.
No, but there's definitely a method to eating ramen. Take a little bit of pork, you eat some noodles, and then you take your spoon and drink some broth, and it kind of rinse and repeat until it's gone.
Yeah, my favorite ramen, I like spicy katsu.
So good.
Yeah,
I totally agree. I also like good spicy pork ramen. We both like spicy foods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Spicy foods are just delicious. It's funny because like talking about like nature stuff real quick, like a chili pepper, those kind of foods, those kind of vegetables are like made, they're adapted to nature to be spicy so that animals won't eat them, but like humans are one of those few animals that are like, oh yeah, I love the pain. Like it's strange,
yeah,
that we enjoy something that's meant to not be eaten, you know?
I guess you're right. I've never thought of it that way.
It's a defense mechanism, the spice. Yeah. It's really interesting. I was just one of my professors was talking about it the other day, and I'm like, that's actually a really interesting subject.
Yeah, I guess because humans are intelligent enough to know that while it's like startling or whatever, it's not harmful. Yeah. I mean, it can be depending on like.
Oh, it can be. Yeah.
When you get up in like Scoville units, or your body can definitely react in a really negative way instead of having a more positive experience where it like increases flavor profile or I mean the experience of eating spicy or hot food. It's one of those things where it like it sets off things in your brain that it's cool.
Yeah, it's like I was saying, it's strange that your body is, well, some people don't like spicy food, but for those who do, it's strange that your body is like, oh, I shouldn't be eating this, but man, is it good. Like, it sets off that happy hormone in your brain. You know what I mean? I love spicy foods. I could ramble about spicy foods for a while.
And we will.
We will. We'll have a food and coffee episode. But yeah,
are you
in the kitchen?
Are you a milk guy?
Am
like
I
when you have spicy food? Do you need milk?
I don't need milk. No, I generally just get whatever beverage I enjoy the most, like a Coke or a.
People who drink milk are weird.
I mean, it's not like once in a blue moon I'll be like, you know what, a cup of milk would be really nice right now. But it is so rare.
I don't know.
Milk is strange. Some people love it. You know what I mean? Some people will just drink a whole glass of milk every day.
But like. One of my friend's dads, he told me this story where he's having like spaghetti dinner, right?
Yeah.
And he like has a glass of milk with it.
A classic.
What kind of cretin are you that is drinking a full glass of like whole milk with like, do you know what that does to your insides?
Have you never had spaghetti and milk?
Tom.
I'm sorry.
What are you about to...
I'm sorry. Growing up, whenever my mom would make spaghetti, she'd serve it with a glass of 2% milk. Every time.
Okay. I guess if I'm gonna drink milk, it's gonna be whole milk, but...
Really? I hate whole milk.
No, it's
like, it's so thick.
Yeah, but like, if you're gonna drink milk, at least drink milk. Don't drink water milk. Yo, that sounds gross.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, but that's what like 1% is.
2%.
Okay.
It's I don't like how thick whole milk is. Like, it sticks to, like, I don't know. It leaves a weird film in your mouth.
Yeah.
I'm more of a 2% kind of guy. We got really off subject, but this is a heated debate right here.
Yeah, I know. In my opinion, milk's gross. Cheese is good, but
love
milk,
cheese.
Gross.
I love cheese. What's your favorite kind of cheese?
It just made me think of his story. Well, Parmesan or Cooper Sharp.
Okay. Both good options.
Cooper Sharp might be like a this area type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sharper cheese. I don't know. It's
like a sharp cheddar.
Yeah, real cheese. Don't buy Kraft singles.
No, get real cheese.
Also, that's so much plastic. Not only that you're putting in your body, but you're putting into the environment.
Yeah. I love. I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Wegmans actually has. I don't know if Wegmans is everywhere. I think Wegmans is everywhere. Wegmans has a really good selection of cheese sometimes. Like they've got some good stuff there. I'm sorry. I digress. Continue.
No. Well, when you talk about like where you get, for me, a routine is going to my local meat market where we get fresh cut cheese, all the, and it's cheaper and it's so much better for you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for those of you that eat meat, like it's important to know where it's coming from.
Absolutely.
Like, regardless, that's why I miss one of the places I used to work that. Like I would always go there for my meats, and now that they don't exist, I go to my local meat market, which is actually much better, and I get Taylor pork roll. That is a very like Philadelphia, New Jersey thing.
I don't think I've ever had pork roll.
I'll make you a breakfast sandwich with pork roll in it. It's also good on a burger. Yeah. Not Scrapple. Scrapple gross.
Scrapple's terrible.
Do you know what Scrapple is?
I know what Scrapple is.
Oh my! For those of you that don't know, Scrapple is like all the pig parts that they don't use. So like nose,
the garbage,
like toes, yeah, cartilage. They grind all that up and then they go, "Hey, do you want to pay a lot of money for this?" It's actually probably cheap as hell, but no, it's ugh.
Get some real food.
Yeah, I get real food.
Yeah. Yeah, those local meat markets. We used to go to one when I was little, and it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, well, it's one of those. It was cool to see now that like I've started going there instead of like, so I can spend, instead of buying groceries for the week at Wegmans or anything like that, where I'm going to spend like
a fortune.
Right, I'm going to spend a fortune. That's a good way of me not being able to, or not saying an amount.
Yeah.
But like I go to the meat market and I was surprised that I could get everything that I needed, including vegetables,
for a decent price.
Right, yeah. But like it's a small shop, and I could get everything that I needed there. It was cheaper. I knew where my food was coming from. Yeah. No, it's great, and you. Specifically living in like suburbs of Philadelphia, like there's a lot of very like Pennsylvania Dutch.
Right.
Well, that's where my family, like a lot of their cooking is very Pennsylvania Dutch. It's very heavy.
Heavy. Yeah.
Even though I am a thin guy, not contrary to what some of the people think that I look like that you were saying, I'm not a big burly guy.
You're a petite man.
No, and honestly, Tom, like your beard is putting mine in check right now.
On a separate subject.
But it's so strong.
It comes out. This is I think 3 weeks now.
I was so surprised when I got here. I'm like, dude, this guy put in work. This guy knows what's up.
I literally I shaved it into a goatee. Since this is an audio show, you don't know what I look like. But yeah, I just let it go for the goatee is like 3 weeks, and this is a few days on the sides.
Yeah.
It comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of maintenance, right? So like talking about routine, I shave every day. I clean up every day. Yeah, I trim. And one of the things that really simplifies my routine is that my shaver has like removable heads.
Yeah, that's a fantastic invention.
Yeah, so I don't have to have 3 products. That's one when you can combine. So like if you look at the avocado slicer, right? That's you have a product that does a lot of things, but it's only for one thing, right?
Right.
So if I have a shaver that can do a close shave, trim, has removable heads and does that is saving me products, right?
Right.
I'm not just worried about dirtying different utensils or anything. That's giving me more for my money, and it saves space in drawers and on top of my sink.
Yeah, no, it's a great invention. The removable or the different heads that you can get for your shaver. Yeah.
And it was designed based on the routine of shaving.
Yeah, my dad actually, when I started growing my facial hair, my dad was telling me a story when he was in college. He said he had a mustache, and this man had a heck of a mustache. It was thick. He would trim it by hand with little scissors because he didn't have a shaver. So like now living in a modern day and age, you know?
Yeah.
That's like such a great invention. Like, I can't imagine trimming my entire beard with scissors. Like, it would take so long.
Depends how thick it is, too. But that's cool.
Yeah, that's like a prime example of this has been streamlined so much. You save so much time now with the removable heads to adjust the length of the hair.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's a great invention.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I'm someone who's very particular, almost with everything that I do.
Yeah, you are.
Like, yeah,
but that's a good thing.
I'm that guy.
It can be a good thing to be particular.
But even like when I get into something, so like when I first grew my beard out, it was for a no shave November. It was when I was in high school.
Wow.
I think I was a junior.
Okay.
And then since I was a junior in high school, I've pretty much had a beard. I shaved it because my date to senior prom wanted me to shave she wanted me to be clean shaven.
I can't imagine you without facial hair. I don't think I've ever seen you without facial hair.
Yeah. I really want to know. I don't know what I look like as an adult without a beard. Which is weird. And I want to...
That is strange, yeah. I feel like you're going to look like
I'm going to look
child.
15.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You need the facial hair.
Yeah.
Especially because you're a small man.
Wow, thanks, Tom.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, you're right, though. Isn't that messed up that, like... Yeah, people take me more seriously with facial hair. Welcome to being 5'5".
You look like... Oh, you outed yourself.
I already outed I don't care.
Okay.
I always like to think that I'm a short guy with...
A lot of attitude.
I wouldn't... with a lot of attitude. But no, do you know... You ever met a tall guy with a short person's personality?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm the reverse. I have way too much of an ego and confidence for someone who's 5'5". I'll walk into a room like I'm going to bump my head on the door. Like, that which never is going to happen.
I totally know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Well, that's
a great way to put it. I walk into a room like I'm going to bump my head on the door.
Yeah, I mean, you saw me play Smash last night.
Oh my god.
I'm like taunting all over the place. And then I killed myself twice against your friend. As my main character. We were like, all right, we're going to do the one-on-ones now. Oh, Michael killed himself twice. He 3-stocked me.
Oh gosh. Yeah, he's good at Smash.
Yeah.
And you did.
I walked in there with my tall person, overconfident personality, and
look where it got you.
Yeah, I ate it.
You ate it. God, it's so funny. But yeah,
we got to play more Smash.
We do. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I was playing Ganondorf. I think I was playing Ganondorf pretty well last night. He's fun to play. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Leave in the comments, who do you main in Smash?
Yeah, we definitely want to know who you main in Smash.
Yeah, we would love to get more comments, honestly, because coming up with subjects for the show isn't exactly the easiest thing. Because Michael and I talk a lot outside of the show too, and we've been trying to not talk the last 2 months to save up subjects to talk about. Yeah,
well, not even that, but it's like, yeah, we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we want to hear feedback.
Yeah, we would love to start to do sections of the show, or like segments is what I meant to say.
Like reading comments.
Yeah, reading comments, like, what they want to hear.
Yeah. Some general feedback.
The two boys talk about.
What do you want to hear the lads talk about today?
Yeah, and I think if you've made it this far into the episode, eventually we want to have guests on.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think after this wave, right?
Yeah, I think once we get into like episode 11 and 12,
mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's really until I'm in a better financial situation.
Right.
That I can get a board and get all that. So,
it'll happen
Speaking of audio boards, I never actually thanked my friend Justin, who made the intro and outro song for the show.
Justin, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Justin. Seriously. And a lot of people like it. I like that it sounds like early PlayStation synth. Yeah. PlayStation 1 synth.
It definitely has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I think eventually we would like to have different intros, outros.
Yeah.
Also, like, bringing up people in the community. Like, obviously we love Myron, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
But, if you're a fan of the show, we would love to hear your music.
Yeah.
Maybe we can work something out.
Please send it to us. We would love to hear it.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because, like, yeah, elevating fellow creators and designers.
Yeah. Just in general, not even just music. Like, send us photos of whatever you're making. If you guys are designers, which I'm assuming you do some kind of design-related thing if you're listening to the show, we would love to see what kind of stuff you guys are working on.
Yeah, definitely. Which, it's so cool to... Like, it doesn't matter what you do. Graphic design, industrial design, website design,
we're
UI.
We're very interested in all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, I almost went into UI design when I started. Because I think I said before, but yeah, I just wanted to go somewhere where I could create. I'm someone who needs to do, like, my design process. Like, I have to make models. I have to do something physical.
It's part of your routine.
Yeah, no, it is part of my routine, but it's the way that I learn, which is why I'm very passionate about working in this, like, STEAM STEM lab right now.
Right.
Because it's with, like, that sparks an interest with students that I understand how important that new way of learning is, and it's really hard for educators to get behind something that's not as structured.
Right.
And I think you learn so much from not succeeding. Like, to get into some advice section of the show, a student, say a student in 4th grade, right? From my capstone project where I designed a curriculum and a set of building modules around a curriculum, doing small, like, design thinking, right? They were chipboard modules. I'll probably get into that at some later point. It's a lengthy. I mean, I spent 9 months of my life with my partner Tovia doing that. So what I was going to say is that the students, sometimes they didn't always reach the conclusion that, not that we designed, but the conclusion that we thought they were going to get to, right?
Right.
But not only did they learn more from their failures, knowing what the wrong and the right way to do something is, so next time that they have that perspective to bring into it.
Yeah.
They taught us that, like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, as an educator, yeah, you do learn more from your failures sometimes. And it's okay. It's one of those things where you just got to pick yourself back up, try it again.
Yeah. If you fall off the horse, get back on.
No one does everything perfectly the first time. And if you do, you're a boring person. Right? Some of the, like, I even look at, like, times in my life, kind of like right now. Right now is a really weird spot in my life when you're in between.
Yeah.
In between jobs, doing things. You're trying to get started, right? But I'm going to look back on this time in, like, 5 years and be like, it was really cool to, like, not only start this show, but, like, do all these little odd jobs.
Yeah.
Even at my part-time job right now, like, I'm never just going to be able to do that type of work again.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
cool
a learning experience.
Right. It's cool to live in the moment. But God, I can't wait for a salary.
I think you bring up a good point, though, with that kind of advice. Like, don't be afraid to fail, because you really,
never be afraid to fail.
Yeah, that's, like, I think we talked about that in episode 1 with advice. Don't be afraid to try stuff and fail, because that's what life's about. It's about trying new things, and sometimes it doesn't work out, but you learn from those mistakes, and you better know how to tackle those situations later.
What doesn't kill you makes you strong. No.
Real talk, though. It's important to try new things, and don't be afraid to fail, guys, because Michael and I have totally failed.
Yeah.
And we get back up on the horse and try again.
We need people to fail, because we need more routines to analyze, to create more plastic, to create more
full circle, baby.
Products.
Full circle.
Yeah, so Tom, this has been the routine episode.
Yes,
welcome back.
It's good to be back.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the next few episodes. You guys got to look forward to a great Halloween episode coming up.
Yeah, don't name them all. We want to keep them waiting.
We gotta whet the appetite because everyone loves Halloween. Well, most people like Halloween.
Yeah.
Look forward to that episode. We got a lot of fun stuff coming to talk about.
Yeah, and again, leave us comments. We want to know what you guys think of the show. As requested, I'm gonna try to get this up on Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
I don't know if that's actually what it's called. If that is what it's called. One of our biggest fans, my little sister, she really wants it to be on Apple Podcasts. So,
I think
I'm just gonna name her, but I'm not.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, we will make that happen.
Yeah.
And if you guys have a different, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the episode, and if you don't like it, then dislike it.
Yeah, let us know what we could do better.
Yeah, give us some constructive criticism.
Yeah, we're always welcome to criticism. We don't take it personally.
We do. Well, as designers, constructive criticism is very important.
It's critical, yeah.
Yeah, we do have a Twitter. It's thoughts_cast. Sadly, there's an underscore there. Yeah, tweet at us. Message us on Instagram. Let us know what's up.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Remember, please subscribe. 100 subscribers, let's get there. That's gonna date the episodes now.
That's the goal.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next episode.